In this video, I'll show you how to build the ultimate underground survival base. It features a nether portal that you can turn on and off, a crafting and brewing area, a powerful super smelter, a lush sugarcane farm, a cozy bedroom for 1 to 2 players, an animal pen, and a vast storage space for all of your items. I've also included a level 30 enchanting table and a central crop farm. You can build this ultimate underground base with easy to find materials and my step-by-step guide. However, I encourage you to get creative and add your own touches to make this build truly yours. To get started, find or make a flat area that's at least 21 by 21 blocks. In the center of this area, dig a hole that's 13 by 13 blocks. Dig out 4 additional blocks on all sides of the square. Let's dig this layout 7 blocks deeper, so the hole is going to be 8 blocks deep in total. If you run into any caves while digging out the hole like I did, just patch it up with either stone or dirt. Build up 6 high stripped spruce pillars according to the dimensions on the screen. Next, let's connect the top of the pillars, again using stripped spruce logs. Let's fill in the outer sections with spruce slabs. And you want to make sure you're using slabs here, as if you use full blocks, it will create some problems later on when building the interior. Add a ring of slabs to the inside of this square area. Add another row of slabs, but this time only to the top and the bottom. For the left and the right side, add a row of spruce trapdoors. If everything's been built correctly, you should be left with a 7x7 hole in the center. Head inside and let's fill in all the walls using spruce planks. Also add spruce planks in between the middle pillars of the outer sections. Follow along with me and let's fill in the rest of the walls. Next, add spruce slabs beside the top of the pillars. Add spruce trapdoors beside those slabs. Then add lanterns in the center. Add polished andesite stairs in between the bottom of the pillars. Follow along with me and let's repeat this exact same design on the other 3 walls. Pick one of the center pillars where you want the entrance to be, and add ladders leading up to the surface. Add another log on top of the pillar, and then place a ladder on it, and then surround that ladder again with spruce logs. Fill in the floor of the room to the right of the ladder with red wool. Create a shelf using spruce trapdoors, and on top, place a stone cutter, crafting table, double chest, and smithing table. Place 3 soul sand on the left wall and surround it with warped trapdoors, and then plant some nether wart on the soul sand. On the center of the right wall, place a cauldron and fill it with water. Then build a desk using dark oak stairs. On top of the desk, place a couple of brewing stands and a flower pot with a crimson fungus in it. Build a square nether portal on the room to the left. Fill in the floor behind the portal with polished andesite. Place a stone button on both sides of the portal. Add a dispenser to both of the corners. In the left one, place a water bucket, and in the right dispenser, place a flint and steel. Add a full block to both sides of the left dispenser. In the corner, place a sticky piston with another full block on top. Place a repeater facing that block, and then dig out 2 blocks right here with a couple of redstone dust staircasing down, and then dig out a couple blocks right here so that we can place a repeater going into the block directly below this dispenser, and then click it once. Add a full block beside the other dispenser with a redstone dust on top. The redstone is all done now, so to turn the portal on, all you have to do is press the right button, and then to turn it off, press the left button. Let's fill in the gap behind the portal with stone blocks. Moving to the room beside the portal, add 2 rows of polished andesite on both sides. Fill in the rest of the floor using blocks of lapis. Add 2 rows of bookshelves on both sides of the room. Dig out the back wall and again replace it with bookshelves. In the center, place an enchanting table, and then on the wall, make a shelf out of spruce trapdoors. On top of the shelf, add a grindstone, an anvil, and a chest. On top of the bookshelf, add a flower pot with a warped fungus in it and an amethyst cluster. In the next room over, add 2 rows of spruce planks, and then add a row of barrels at the front. Fill in the room with 4 rows of double chests. Add item frames to both of the walls. We're going to display blocks inside of these item frames to help us keep organized and know what's inside of the chests. Fill in the floor of the next room over with grass blocks. However, leave a hole in the center and hide some lighting by placing a lantern and covering it with a moss carpet. Add a stone brick wall on both sides and connect them using spruce fence gates. Don't forget to add your animals. Fill in the floor of the next room over using stripped dark oak logs. In both of the corners, place a barrel, and then build a shelf on the wall using a slab and 2 trapdoors. On top, display an amethyst cluster, and then place a flower pot with a crimson fungus inside, and then on the other side, place a chest. On top of both of the barrels, place an armor stand, and then display whatever armor that you want. Place a bed beside both of the barrels, with a crafting table in between, and on top, place a flower pot with a warped fungus inside. In the next room over, add 3 rows of sand, spaced 1 block apart. In the gaps, place polished andesite stairs. Let's waterlog those stairs using a water bucket, then we can place some sugarcane on top of the sand. Fill in the floor of the next room using polished andesite. This room will be for our super smelter. Let's add a row of chests, and I'm just holding shift here to avoid these turning into double chests. Next, let's place a hopper going into each of these chests. Again, hold shift. On top of the hoppers, add a row of furnaces. Add a hopper going into each of the furnaces. Once again, hold shift. Above the hoppers, add a row of barrels. Then, place a hopper going into each of the furnaces. Once again, you guessed it, hold shift. Above these hoppers, place another row of barrels. The system is now complete, and I'll show you how to use it. So in this top barrel, you're going to want to place whatever you're trying to smelt, so in this case, just some raw beef. And then in the barrel behind this hopper is where we're going to add our fuel, so just add some coal, and you'll see it all starts feeding into the furnace. So all we have to do is wait a little bit, and then we'll see it start funneling into that chest. Next, let's build our farm, so in the center of the floor, let's dig out a 5x5 hole. fill in the hole using dirt. Let's dig out a ring surrounding the dirt square. Fill in the ring using polished andesite stairs facing the dirt. Replace the floor leading towards all of the pillars with polished andesite. And I'll also mention now, if any of these other blocks in the floor aren't stone, replace those now to make the room look cleaner. Next, waterlog all of the polished andesite stairs. Add a barrel in the center, and then place a lantern on top. Next, till all of the dirt using a hoe. Plant whatever crop that you want. In my case, I chose carrots, but thinking about it now, wheat probably makes more sense since I put cows in my animal pen. Replace the bottom 2 logs on all of the corner pillars with barrels. That actually finishes the interior, so let's head up back to the surface and surround this hole in the center using either grass or dirt blocks. Let's fill in this ring using a checkered pattern of stripped dark oak logs and stripped mangrove logs. With the ceiling in place, let's now cover up the rest of this hole using grass or dirt blocks. However, make sure not to cover up the hole that leads down into the base. To create a semi-hidden entrance for our base, place an oak sapling behind the hole and grow it using some bone meal. Cover the hole using a spruce trapdoor, and then surround it with some moss carpet to disguise it a little bit. Let's blend this tree into the surrounding area using some bone meal to create some grass and flowers. The base is now hidden from anybody who's not looking for it, but we still have an easy way to know where our entrance is, and we can head down into our ultimate underground base. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and that you found the tutorial helpful. As always, a super special thank you to my supporters on Patreon. Thank you so much for watching, and happy building!